heart disease, and diabetes are the three major diseases, with probably cancer being the most feared. But despite a wealth of scientific data, most people remain unaware of actually how they can reduce their risk of getting cancer. According to the National Cancer Institute, as much as 80% of all cancers are potentially preventable. There is a cancer cure rate. There is a cancer cure, so just keep that in mind as we continue. It takes years and years for a noticeable tumor to develop, and during this time, compounds called inhibitors can keep the cells from growing. Some of the vitamins in our foods are known to be inhibitors. Dietary fat, the saturated fat we all hear about, on the other hand, is a promoter, and it's that sort of thing that helps our cancer cells to grow. What else helps your body? Fiber. Fiber fights cancer. A high fiber diet reduces diseases of the digestive tract in countries where diets are high in fiber, which are the plant-based diets. There are fewer cases of colon cancer. Around the world, this is proven to be true. Animal products contain no fiber. They're very acidic, and the U.S. and other Western nations whose diets mainly are animal-based have the highest rates of colon cancer. Well, in the U.S., the average daily intake of fiber is 10 to 20 grams only, and experts recommend that we have at least 30 to 40 grams per day. The best sources of fiber are whole grains, beans, peas, lentils, vegetables, and fruits. In other words, foods that are closest to their natural state, whole, unrefined foods, and unpeeled, if it's a food that can be unpeeled. If it's in a box, forget it. If it's refined flour, refined sugar, forget it. Keep in mind also that fat raises cancer risks. The average diet in the U.S. is 37% fat. The National Cancer Institute suggests that people lower their percentage of fat to 30%. However, studies have shown that we really should only have about 10 to 15% of fat in our diet to be on the safe side. So all of this fat going through our arteries, making blood flow sluggish, is what leads to problems. Clogged arteries to our brain causes stroke. Clogged arteries to our heart cause heart attacks. Clogged arteries to our ears cause hard of hearing. Clogged arteries to our legs cause neuropathy. Clogged arteries to men's penis cause impotence. So I like what Dr. McDougall says. He says, our arteries are not cement. They're tissue, and given the right foods, they can heal. Pascal's law in physics says that flow is related to the fourth power of radius. Flow is related to the fourth power of the radius. In other words, just a small increase in diameter, you get a huge increase in flow. So the more fruits and vegetables you have pushing all the sluggishness out of your veins, the better. So vegetables are low in fat and high in fiber, and also contain many cancer-fighting substances. It would only stand to reason then, to me especially, that since vegetables are low in fat and high in fiber and contain many cancer-fighting substances, that more of these should actually be in your diet. Meat is more closely associated with colon cancer than any other factor, but meat and milk are also linked to both prostate and ovarian cancers. Now, vegetables such as cabbage, broccoli, kale, turnips, cauliflower, and Brussels sprouts are really, really good choices. In fact, the more color on your plate, the better off you are. You cannot go wrong with color. The carotenoids in the vegetables are the pigment that gives the fruits and vegetables their colors, and they have been shown, the more colorful ones, to prevent cancer. The dark, you'll hear a lot about green leafy vegetables. Those are good too. Studies have shown that vegetarians with a well-balanced diet have about half the risk of meat eaters. Vegetarians also have higher blood levels of beta-carotene, vitamin C, and more nutrients in general. They also have stronger immune systems. I know for a fact that in years past, could have a cold for 3 weeks. I could have bronchitis for 5 months or 5 weeks. I mean, when I got sick, I got sick. Not to say that I never get sick, but if I do feel a sore throat or a cold coming on, it never gets full blown. I will start taking immune enhancers in addition to the diet that I already have, but I might have a day or two of just sort of feeling blah, not my usual 100%, but it doesn't get full blown, so I attribute that to what I'm eating. German researchers have recently discovered that vegetarians have more than twice the natural killer cell activity than meat eaters. Natural killer cells are specialized white blood cells that attack and neutralize the cancer cells. So a cancer prevention diet is one that is high in fiber, low in fat, especially animal fat, and includes lots of fruits and vegetables. It also minimizes or excludes alcohol, although I like my wine. I think if you have wine in moderation or alcohol in moderation, you're okay, but it's probably better if you don't have it at all. The best diets are pure vegetarian diets. I might sort of segue into the difference between vegetarian and vegan at this point. Some vegetarians just give up meat and continue to eat fish and chicken. A pure vegetarian, pure vegetarian is a vegan, and that is one who doesn't eat any animal products at all. No meat, no fish, no chicken, no dairy, no milk, no cheese, no yogurt, no butter, and I think I missed something there, but I can't recall what it was now. Eggs. Heart disease. We'll go into heart disease now. Few facts on that. Dr. Colin T. Campbell says that coronary artery disease, the most common form of heart disease, which is responsible for heart attacks, need never exist, and if it does exist, it need never progress. The bad news about blocked arteries, sadly, every 26 Americans will suffer a coronary event. Now, these are interesting statistics. Autopsies of those who died in the Korean and Vietnam Wars show that 80% of our GIs who are age 20 already have gross evidence of coronary heart disease. We all know someone who've had this. In my background alone, I have heart cancer and diabetes, all three. Another study of 16 to 34-year-olds who died in accidents, homicides, and suicides show coronary heart disease in all of them. By age 12, children have thickening of their carotid artery to the brain. I mean, look at the obesity around us, not only in adults, but now in children. I see the children, my own grandchildren, eating macaroni and cheese on hamburgers and cheese and dairy, and it's like, I have a hard time with that. But they're going to have to learn on their own. They're trying to eat healthier, but they're not completely there yet. I can constantly hear not only my children, but other children talk about losing their tummies at 6 years old. I mean, losing their tummies at 6 years old, when we were all 6, who ever thought of, going on a diet or that you had a tummy to even lose at that point?